Oh, okay. Would you like to intro? Would you like to start the show off?
Welcome, everybody, to our unofficial third. Not really.
Not really. Well, nobody.
RADCAST. This is the RADCAST with Ross and Ryan. R&R.
R&R.
First one, too sheepish. Second one, I don't think you're ready for that.
That was aggressive. The second one. We're going to try to find a middle ground for this one.
We weren't ready for that.
We weren't ready for that, honestly.
Bend.
What a beautiful little place.
What a
I certainly
place.
love that place.
Yeah. We had a few too many.
Yeah. We had a couple bevies.
Bevies, a little too honest.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah. Welcome to the RADCAST, where we talk about everything except what you'd think we were going to talk about.
Random radness,
world domination, and absolute just ridiculousness. So, yeah. What's been on your noggin there, big shooter?
Let's open up that box. All the time, every time, forever. Go. Bags are on my mind. Yeah. But seriously, though, I mean, not seriously. On my mind, you know.
What would you like to talk about?
We talk about. I just poured something in my cup.
Okay, what is that from originally?
Big Sean.
Boom. Sean.
But we're not going down that path. Not music right now. We're talking.
We're gonna go music later.
This is. Yeah, I guess you could say the real life segment.
Yeah. Do you want to get real right now?
Yeah, this is real life.
All right.
So, you know, we've talked about this. I just poured something in my cup can mean anything.
It certainly, yeah.
So we're talking about, like, what are you dreaming of? What are you talking about? What's in your cup? What fills your cup? What gives you happiness?
An absolute ridiculous podcast gives me.
That's right.
That's what I'm looking for right now.
That's
why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're trying to be us, you know?
I think we're on the exact same page. Creativity.
Yeah. It flows like water here in the dungeon.
This is the dungeon, by the way.
That's what we call this little place.
Yeah,
at an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Top secret.
You may or may not see it elsewhere, but probably not.
No. We don't want you to see it elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it is elsewhere.
Yeah. I think it really just comes down to real life creativity, being you.
Yeah, 100%.
I like to say be you, be different. That's kind of what stuck with me the last few weeks.
Right. Yeah.
And we're both on the same page with that. We just say it differently. That's what's cool.
Yeah. Well, it's like, man, I hate the idea of just like not being you for such a large part of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like that whole idea of like waking up in the morning and doing the same thing all 5 days. You're not happy. You're going to a job you don't enjoy to pay bills for all the stuff you bought that you didn't really need.
Right.
And then to wake up on Saturday exhausted. You got a whole day of just like, and then Sunday you turn on the TV and hang out, and that's not what life's about.
No, dude.
Don't live 80 years of your life the same every day.
Yeah, like don't just do the same thing on repeat 80 times. That sounds fun.
No.
I don't like doing anything 80 times.
And
we're not even going to do 80 podcasts. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to do 800,000, dog.
Yeah, so I mean that for me that's a big part of what this is all about.
For sure. Mm-hmm. That's what the RADCAST is about, man.
Evolving
and always pushing forward.
Mm-hmm. Walk that path, be different, be you.
Yeah.
You've heard us say that in other avenues of our lives, and you'll hear it here.
Yeah, and in actions as well. That's the whole goal with this shit is like being 100% authentic and transparent, because and especially once you like you don't, you know, like I've really worked on not caring what other people think when I do things. And once you kind of start to get over that hump, guess what? It's way more fun because you don't care. And people actually usually respond better.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that was real and genuine and funny or whatever it is, you know?
I dig. Agree.
Dig on that.
Dig hard. Yeah, I mean, when you're not you and you're bottled up in a way, then, you know, just things don't go smooth. And if you're worried about everybody else, then you're not going to do anything different.
Yeah. You can't
just keep circling back to, don't just keep doing the same things.
Yeah.
Break out from the circle, and whether it be, make small steps, do side hustle. If you got a terrible job and you're not digging it and you just feels miserable, well, there's no reason why you can't continue with that, because there's always financial situations, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Start something on your own.
There's
right?
so many ways to do it, and so many excuses that you could come up with for yourself. But we're talking 2K19, rolling into 2K 2020.
There's no better time really since I've been alive, it seems, to be able to just do whatever you want.
Well,
because the economy, the everything is just ripe.
Yeah. Well,
there's no limits,
and you see the internet. You've seen the whole thing of the internet, because you're like older than I am.
I wish that I had this. I wish I had this kind of take on things and no fear, like when I was 20.
Yeah.
Like, up to your age, 25, because things were really just ridiculously volatile in a a way.
When you're that age?
Like the .com thing.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, when I was that age, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard to notice some of those things as they're happening.
No, I was just, for so much of my life just...
Or did you know it was happening?
I was very cognizant of it, right? But I was down the path of, like we like to joke about, the Bobs.
Bobbing.
There's bobbing. Going to
the Joneses,
the job. Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. And had tons of fun, but... and so I don't regret it, but certainly things could have been a little different.
Yeah.
And so that's what inspires me today, and why, I enjoy hanging with the Roscoe, because we think alike, and you are in that spot to take a hold of it all. And
that's the mish.
Boom.
The mish.
Mm-hmm. So it's everything from having fun and doing what you love for work, which we do, and then doing our own deals that
right
just enhance all that
and,
fun.
And always trying to push the next thing and
the next thing.
Evolve, right? Ooh, I love evolving. It's changing. Like doing the podcast like this that is not related to what we usually do. I'm not even gonna bring up anything about that at all, because we don't want it to be about that. It's about other stuff. So
yep.
Yeah,
so that's real life. That's just poured something in my cup. So as far as what's in my cup, I think, we're both on that. It's kind of crazy. The same path, like with merchandise, just letting our creativity flow with like slogans and statements and just coming up with some crazy fun merchandise for people to just showcase themselves. Like, join our radness.
Yeah, join
it's
the
not
radness.
An ego thing. It's just be you thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, go do you, dude.
Yeah, and so there's a way to kind of advertise that, because I think a lot of what you're going to see is, I think a lot of people will dig it.
Yeah. Well, I actually had a conversation with a friend about that. They were like, what was the question? Oh, it was like asking about, like, you see somebody who is good at what you do. Like, if I saw somebody who's like a really good mountain biker, I'm like more inclined to like be friends with them. Like, of course, yes, because we share a common interest. But really what it's about is when you see somebody operating at a high level in something specific. Like, I'm not a musician, but like when I see somebody shredding, dude, what? It's so cool.
That is a great topic.
And everybody has that.
Yeah. I see that so much in myself. That same thing, like social media just... it can control our lives in a way, but if you use it in a motivational manner versus a comparison manner, right? Don't compare yourself to these other people. But if you see certain people, like whether it be a mountain biker or a snow skier or a snowmobiler or surfer or whatever, and they do rad things, that is what I like. I search for that nonstop. I think that's what sucks me into the social media world so much, because I want that inspiration. And it also inspires me to, push myself. We talk about that a lot, you and I, about, okay, so you're 40-some years old and you say, I can't do that, I'm too old. Well, yes, you can, my guys.
My guys.
My guys. It's right here. It's just a mental thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, back to the whole social media side of things. So use it positively. Use it as inspiration, not a comparison. Use it to inspire yourself to be better at the fun things you enjoy doing, or start doing things that you don't do. Watch TV. Try.
Yeah,
don't
try
sit
these
on your
things.
ass. Watch TV. No. So that's what that. So that all ties in my mind. So it's such a huge message and it's something that our world just needs to realize.
Right.
I don't know how else to say it. But that's what inspires me too when I look for those people that really are, they're out from the crowd.
Yeah.
They're the ones out here as the crowd's here and they're doing their thing, and you can pinpoint those people and learn things from them and what they're doing in their world, in their sport, get motivation from them and how they progress in their lifestyle and their lives and how they live, and how many of them like what we've done create fun and have enjoyment and happiness, but it is our job too. There's no reason that can't happen,
right?
Especially in this economy. So once again, kind of that crazy circle of talk here, but it's all about evolving, being different, being you.
Right.
Don't be afraid.
Go with confidence, dude. Like there's so many. Everybody else is thinking the same thing, that's trying to do what you want to do. Like still, I look at stuff that I try to post and do if we're talking social media, and I'm like, I looked like I feel like I've come a long way there, but you're like, oh, I didn't look good there, or like I didn't like how I said that, but like just being true to what you're about,
I think people, I know people pick up on that, and it's really encouraging when you just get the random like, hey, that was cool, or I agree, I haven't seen that for a while, that's a cool message, or whatever, and it's just not just copying what you think and what you think people want to hear.
Right.
Just say what you're thinking.
Yeah.
That's what's fun. That's what makes it all different.
Right. Because people see through the BS, dude. Come on. You don't think people don't know? That's so like, oh my God. Come on, dude. People are smart. Like, and it's not even like it's a instinct thing. They can just pick up on it. And like you look at people who straight up do it right, they don't care about nothing. And they just like other people who relate to them gravitate towards them. So I don't know, man. It's a tricky thing, but using that, like you said, using it as motivation instead of like, oh man, I could never do that, or I never want to do that. Like, if you see something that you want to do, or use that inspire and have it inspire you to do whatever you want to do. It doesn't even matter, dude. There's so many options now. But then once you like make that decision, you gotta have the motivation and push to like match your audacity, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think one of the biggest things that is a kind of a quote and a message that keeps like popping into my world over and over for years is that, whatever you're going through in your life, whether it's relationship stuff, work stuff, personal just struggles, and that's okay, that's life, but set yourself a plan, get yourself out from that normalcy, right? And make a plan, and if you believe in it and you think about it, it'll happen. But it may not be exact. So that message I'm getting at is it may not be exactly the way you thought you were going to get there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it might zigzag or ups and downs, and you might think, it'll get there. It's never going to be exactly how you planned, but if you stick with it, it will happen. It always does.
It does.
And that's what we say, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what idea we come up with. We know because we're not scared, right?
Right. Yeah.
We're not worried about it.
No.
We know. Actually, what we worry about is that really what we wanted to focus on, or is there something more fun that's really more creative that really fits with us better? Or do we even have the help and the power to make that happen? Let's maybe think about this other thing that's more attainable.
Yeah.
It's just cool to be in that state of mind and to keep reminding ourselves that that's what we have. And, it's individually, but it's as we work together both on our own stuff and fun stuff and work stuff, and it's all fun. But, yeah, it's cool. It's a cool perspective to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Something that maybe, I don't know, maybe not everyone thinks about. And if it helps you with one aspect or another in life, then I believe that, making a difference in that just feels good.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not for that, I think a lot of that people connect that with, like, work. This talk that we're having, which is very,
exactly.
very, very true.
That's a good point to
right?
bring up. I'm not just sitting here spitting about work. That's
Right,
for sure.
like-
It's actually the opposite.
Yeah, like,
in some ways.
and, quote unquote success, and the currency is like, man, it's happiness for you now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the move. And when I was like younger, I'm still so young, dude.
You're probably the youngest
person ever. Yeah, like, I have a lot of experience, dude. I am 24. I ain't know nothing yet. Anyways, but here, let me go back. Yeah, we'll get back to we'll roast after this.
Where were we going?
I was going, like, a couple of years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah, things were a lot different.
Things were a lot different, and my whole move was like, work my face off, make money, do the deal. Like, and I've now. But I wasn't, a lot of times wasn't as happy that way.
No, I mean, admittedly, you burn yourself out in many aspects.
Yeah,
right?
in many aspects, for sure. And now it's like, what makes me stoked, and then go fight for that fun, and, tie in the monetary work stuff, just like really keeping that in mind. That, like,
I think
you got one life.
I think summed up might be like, if you're finding happiness and joyfulness in what you're doing, whatever it might be, whether it's work or otherwise, then, the money will come.
Yeah, for sure.
And if it doesn't really mean that it's not all about money, right?
Right.
Eventually, you'll get that in your life. It will come as you focus on that aspect of happiness in your work, whether it be your actual physical desk job, if that's what you have, or trade job, or whatever it might be. But because if you're happy, everything just goes better.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess this is kind of a yeah. Let's not sugarcoat it. Be happy. Good things happen.
Yeah, be happy. Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And then then everything else, like, works around that.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you control that whole, like, it's not an ego thing, but you control the world. I'm not talking about like I'm looking for control around me. It's my world.
Yeah.
It's your world.
Right. And you're quiet in your own head.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of the whole real life. What's in my
Real
cup?
life, dude. That's what's in the cup.
Whoa. That was 17 minutes of
boom.
Big cup.
So good, dude.
Oh man. Yeah. That's something I think about, like, every day. One way or another. Whether I'm just actually sitting there thinking about it, or just like if I get down or whatever, because we all do, then think about that stuff.
Right.
So it helps you kind of pick back up. And
for sure.
You control that. You control your world.
And you continue to check yourself, make sure you're doing the right thing for you.
Constantly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, it's deep, man. Oh my God. Would you have notes? You have show notes?
No, I was just...
We threw the show notes
all
away.
the time, every time, forever, go.
Yes. R&R.
All the time.
All the time, every time, forever, go.
Go.
Go, dude. That's the move, though. So many people don't go.
My guys.
Go after my guys. Go get them, my guys.
What's next?
Oh, man, I don't know. That was so good. Yeah.
I know what's next.
What do you want?
The youngest man alive.
The youngest man.
Oh, wait, no, we can't go there. That's not our bit.
That's not our bit, dude.
No. We find inspiration from others. This goes back to the conversation. Let's just be honest.
Let's pay tribute
to the man.
The man.
Dalia.
We can, Dalia for sure, dude.
Definitely.
Oh my God.
I'm sitting here biting my tongue because I like to use some of his.
I know. It's so good.
Yeah.
Go after you listen to all of our podcasts.
Do yourself a favor.
Do yourself a favor and go listen to Congratulations, Chris D'Elia. That dude is the most talented in the aspect of, like, whatever he wants to do.
I think, just
He's
if
so
we're going to be
funny,
honest,
dude.
I mean, it inspired me to be, like, all into this.
For sure.
Because I didn't really, didn't really follow the podcast world much. And then, with some of the stuff you got cooking, and like, all right, I need to pay more attention to what's going on out there, because that's what's going on, right?
Yeah, dude.
And so it's easy to just get bottled in your just do the same thing. All right, I'm gonna check out podcasts, and of course, loving him and his stand-up.
Right.
Say, oh crap, I didn't realize
He has a podcast.
this.
Dude, he does it by himself.
And
what?
just inspiration.
Yeah.
If I'm just like, I'm plugging away, I'm just like monotonous work, that dude, it just fires me up to keep going.
Yeah, for sure.
And once again, circling way back to about 15 minutes ago, I mean, that is what I'm talking about. Find those things, whether it be a funny dude or a friend or whatever. Take exercise, take 10 minutes out of your day to do something for you.
Yeah.
It makes all the difference in the world.
For sure.
So...
yeah, and like adjusting that mindset to like, it's funny. I see, we watch Dalia or a lot of these other, we get other guys as well.
Crazy, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's insane. I want to do that. Mm-hmm. How do I do that? How do I do something like that? How, and it's not going to be exactly the same, but like he's so impressive. We had like a probably 5-second right there where you and I were trying to think of something. And he never has those, dude. He can go for hours just rolling. Yeah. It's really impressive.
But he's an artist because he will have a pause, but he already knows what's up.
Yeah, and he's using that to build tension. And dude, he's just like, he also is very talented in the way that he just has so many reps, and he's been doing it for so long. Like it's his whole life.
This is his life
mission is to do that. So,
but once again, you got to start right, and if you think about it, and it's what you it makes you happy and joyful, and just like that, then it'll happen.
Yeah,
my guys.
Yeah, dude. I think another one I'm gonna pay homage to. Homage. What is homage? Dude. Paying tribute, essentially. Kind of in a weird way. I don't know. That's a weird word.
Let's not even go there.
All right, we're not going to get into that.
It's real.
Okay.
I don't think that's a real word.
No, that's not. Delete that from the Webster Dictionary. Thanks. Bye.
Tribute.
Pay tribute. Gary V, dude. That guy's my guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a ripper.
Yep.
So that guy, you watch what he does, not what he says, but also what he says at the same time. But you just, like from a tactical standpoint, if we're talking back in social media land, watch how he's operating. It's so incredible. He's got like 10 people that work for him just under the social umbrella, which is super rad. And
I'd say that's probably, if I had to guess, who inspired you to kind of kick it into the whole vlog,
for sure,
editing, just that whole world. Like, you didn't live it. You weren't in that in any way.
Yeah, I found him.
You just decided, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So.
Right?
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I found him, and he was like doing it right, and he's super entrepreneurial business, way more business driven, but like also the way he commands, he's like funny too. And you really have to listen to him. And it's funny, you listen to the wrong 30 seconds of him and you're like, I hate this dude. Because he can come off
just like arrogant
or like super aggressive, but
confident, right?
Yeah, confident. But you actually start listening, like listen to a whole keynote and you're like, your face is melting. Like it's legit good. So that's my boy right there. Between those two, whoa.
Once again, inspiration,
100%.
It's I mean, really, it's kind of crazy because I didn't have an agenda for this, and I know you didn't either, but I feel like it's just a huge part of a message that needs to be just talked about, and finding inspiration in your everyday is huge. And these guys, the Dalias and the Vayners of the world, man, they know, they see it.
Yeah.
They go after it. They're real. It's crazy because think about, like, they're educating you in so many ways, like through humor, like especially Dalia, through humor, right?
Right.
Sarcastic as fuck, but
yeah, dude. But seriously, like he will tell stories, and you're like, that was funny, but also very true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's truth.
Dude. Yeah.
And that's just it, man. The truth hurts a little baby.
Yeah, dude. I know. Scared of that.
Don't be so hurt.
Yeah. It's going to be okay.
It's just going to be okay. Just because you're doing it that way doesn't mean it's right.
Very true.
Yeah. So, wow.
I thought somebody came in the room, scared the hell out of me.
Jesus. It's just the ghost here, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so the dungeon.
Welcome to the dungeon with R&R.
R&R dungeon.
I'm all tangled up
all
in my
the time,
cords.
every time, forever go.
Yeah, dude. I don't know where I came up with that, but
it's deep within.
The energy, yeah.
Energy. It's all about energy.
Yeah.
It's all about madness. It's all about focus. It's all about...
Dude, I think...
You start down here.
Yeah. I think the interesting part, too, about whatever kind of... here we go again, back into what we were just talking about.
It's too good. It's too good not to.
Yeah, it's too good not to. So hang in there. You need reps and a lot of time. I went back and watched like the first vlog, and it was so bad. And
you're being pretty critical.
Critical of myself, of course.
You are the creator,
right? And I know every flaw and every one.
And you know like where you are now, editing wise, versus then, and what.
Yeah.
All those things.
Yeah, and I think part of it too is you just get more comfortable. Like now doing a podcast. Even done a couple before, and just even though a couple haven't even been posted, just more comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what the tough part is, especially if you're doing like stuff like the vlog, dude. Like you're gonna hold a camera in front of your face walking down a public street like this, like,
dude,
out in front of you. It's weird.
Just like helping you a little bit and throwing a little footy together. It's like it's so intimidating. Just trying to how do this is weird. Like weird, I feel. Like I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
But then you just gotta just do it.
Gotta do it.
And it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It's super fun. And once you kind of kick that, but like I've talked to people and they're like, I can't do that. But I'm like, I know you. Dude, you could do it. Yeah. You just gotta get the first 5 reps out of the way to become comfortable enough to like then really start figuring out who you are.
It's funny. It's funny how dude, on myself, 100%. I put this here.
Changes you, dude. Yeah.
Turn into a little sheep.
Yeah, go sheep.
Dude, it's weird.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Once again, confidence, focus. Yeah. Like just do it and just get through it. Don't let that stuff stop you. Yeah. So I've seen that back to your point about like how you started with your vlog and all you're doing there. Like I could see that. Like I know that you did really well to start with, right? Way better than any of us could. And you look back and you're like, oh man, and you find errors, right?
Right.
But you just knew that you could do it. And I found like, if I think about like way back when you first started the vlog, man, it was kind of scary.
Right. Yeah, it was.
I didn't really have like,
well, nobody
I didn't really have much to say that I felt like I'd be comfortable saying, because then I felt like I had to not be myself.
Right.
It's again the whole like be yourself. Everything will feel so much better. It's like a relief.
Yeah.
Right? Because now, like a year later, I just say things, and you tone a little bit back.
You tone a little, and some of the shit you might have to edit out.
Yeah. But hey, it feels good. It feels right. People will pick up on that.
Yeah.
So once again, sure, we're doing this for fun, and it's part of a job in a way in some aspects, and part of fun in the other aspect, like this. But if you can carry that in just in everything you do,
right? Yeah, dude. And
that's why, like as a dad, I do that with my kids. I don't. Yeah. I mean. Yeah, I censor myself. I'm just not rude and ridiculous in front of them.
Idiot.
I'm not stupid.
Right.
But I like them to see that side of me so that they're not afraid to be themselves, right?
Right.
All right, we're taking the conversation into the fatherhood kind of thing, but it all relates, right? And so don't just do what you think you need to do because it's what society tells you what to do, right? Do what feels right. If it's such a big thing, like follow your gut instinct.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel quite right down deep, it's probably not.
It's probably not. Yeah.
Like if you're out in the woods doing something gnarly, adventurous, backcountry stuff, you get the hair on the back of your neck, kind of your stomach. It's probably a good sign, not so bueno, right? So
listen to that voice.
Listen to that voice, man. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep going down this hole, but man, it's it's a big hole. And I think for me personally,
it's a big hole.
It's a big hole. I think for me personally, it really is a huge part of everything I believe in. I know it's big for you too, and it's big for having fun. And without fun and happiness, what do you got?
Yeah, nothing, dude.
No bags.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, and also, you know. And especially if you don't have anybody else to share it with, like friends and family and all that stuff, like, you know, you can get in a place where you just, I see it more on the side of like, you just work so hard that then with like an end goal in mind that then you miss the whole ride because your head was down so much. And I think
everything happening around you that was goodness.
I think I got in that for a minute, a ways back.
I did.
And yeah, for
Way
sure.
back.
And so like that whole aspect or approach has changed for me. Like, dude, like what's the point of doing all this ridiculousness if I don't have any buddies and people and friends and all that to share with? So, you know, really working on that is a thing too, and continuing to know what you need to be better at.
That's right. Yeah. Evolving.
Yeah. Evolve. Yeah. And you can do that, like the whole like thinking or being what other people want you to be too.
My gosh,
like that can happen on.
That's happened to me so much. I've been that type of person so much in my life, earlier especially, and I've seen the truth in the last few years, but like being who I think that like
who they want you to be.
Yeah, like especially in my old jobs where, you know, I was kind of a machine, right?
Right.
And glimpses of me would come out, but I'd kind of just cower, right?
You're right.
And that's just a terrible feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
One to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, dude, I've done that with friends and like chasing girls. I've done that, dude. Yeah, dude, we're going there.
We're going to the girls?
Well, I mean, kind of. We can't. I mean, whatever, dude.
It all plays in.
You know,
it's jobs, it's side jobs, it's relationships, it's fatherhood, motherhood. It's
all that.
It's all that.
Yeah, dude. You get
intertwines.
We were joking, me and the buddy. You get starstruck, right? Like,
oh yeah.
You see a cute girl, and you're like, uh-oh, and then you like put on some facade, and then eventually the facade wears off or whatever, and.
But it's about identifying it. If you can identify it within yourself, right?
Right.
Then you can correct.
Yeah, you got to correct early. Yeah.
I think that happens a lot with people.
Yeah, dude.
They put on the show, right?
Right.
I mean, it could be both sides, but it's going to be heavy on the dudes, right?
I would think so. I don't know.
Dude, I'm so out of that world, but it's just kind of a feeling. Maybe it's equal. But then, unfortunately, a lot of times the realness occurs when a lot of commitments have happened.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It can be that long down the road, and then you're like,
yeah, that's tough. And so back to like the career side, that can be the same there, right?
For sure.
You put on the show.
Yeah.
You became the machine. You were not necessarily you, and then you're not happy. Oops.
Yeah.
So think about those things, my guys. Think about those things.
Think about them, man.
It's just real life. Put something in your cup.
That's real
tasty. Okay?
Oh my God.
Tasty. All right. It can be unhealthy now and then. It's okay to splurge.
Yeah.
But it can be healthy, tasty goodness.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, my guys.
That's what it's all about.
I'm just so excited for this.
I am too, dude. Oh, God.
It's fun just to talk about real stuff that, you know, for me personally,
real shit, player.
It's just real
stuff.
Shit right. And it's if it's just one person that feels a little bit like,
boom,
I'm going to make that change.
I'm going to flip it up.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, if we're doing this, there's no reason you cannot do this.
Right. We are not superhuman. Not even close, dude. What? No. Come on.
Yeah. Probably the best looking, but not superhuman.
Probably
right?
The best and the youngest.
So I think for me, you know, that right there, that Segi is just a huge part of my beliefs, and the kind of that sets the stage for going forward. Yeah, a little bit more serious than maybe we really are.
Yeah, dude.
But you got to know who we are and our beliefs, and then we're off, my guys.
Well, we want to get, we got fired up, and when we get fired up, like ideas start happening, and like ridiculous notes be getting taken. You know,
the notes, the brainstorming. It's so fun, even if it's not like realistic. I mean, but then again, it could be. It's just so fun to just talk about life and what could be and what ideas you have and funny merchandise and hashtags and just poking fun at people, and not in an unhealthy way, but just kind of a stress relief and and finding that motivation and believing and conquering and
you know
what I mean?
Like hair on fire,
dude. I just right now in me, I don't think I'm gonna sleep, dude. What time is it? I don't even know. I got to get up in like
Dude,
an hour.
I'm so out of whack. I don't know. I don't have no idea, dude. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm already in that mode of like yesterday, I was like, oh, it's Sunday. I didn't know.
It's kind of a good feeling when you're in a place in your life when you're busy with your job. You're having fun in that. You're busy with your mind just blowing up with your own ideas.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing stopping you from any of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you're so busy in a fun way that you don't even know what you have to remind yourself of the days.
Yeah,
right?
what's
The
going on?
whole like, oh, it's Monday drives me nuts.
Yeah, dude, don't come on. If you live for the weekend, you gotta start.
Yeah, we got to make some changes.
I want you to really just start.
Just think about it.
Feeling that out about not doing that. So, dude, and like I get so out of what's going on in the world. Like some people will like get pissed at me. They're like, "You didn't know about that?" And I'm like, "Dude,
dude, don't get me started. Let's watch the news."
Remember, like few years ago when that the Malaysia flight went down?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know it happened for like a week. Straight up. Like I just was out of it.
Did your life suffer?
No. Were people like questioning who I was as a human for some reason? Yes. Do I care? No. Because I was just it's
not like you're an insensitive, idiotic human.
Right. I just didn't know.
You are focused
I was just focused on some other stuff.
And your world and creating your world of happiness.
Yeah, for sure.
Not living in the world of fear. And I think for me, like I think about that as an amazing segue into what could be a little bit of the next RADCAST.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, dude.
Dude, talk about going off, man.
Dude.
The media, news, control.
Oh my God, dude.
Wow. That might be a little dark. We might need to go into some cray stuff before that.
Yeah.
People will be like, tuning off.
These guys are weird. These guys are
what
too
the heck?
Too creepo.
Yeah. I'd like to probably sing a few tunes on the next one.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down with that.
R&R's classical rendition segment
of a musical.
We're gonna start with 90s.
Dude, I think you can plug your computer into my deck.
I'm in, dude.
But like, I don't know, because like, you know, this thing's gonna blow up, and we're gonna get like we're not supposed to like play a lot of music. I don't think, because like it'll get flagged. Seconds. Is that it? I think it's 10. That's what I said today, but I don't really know. Yeah. I was kind of lying,
dude. And I think what's fun too is we're just humans. Send us some messages. You know, what do you want to hear from us?
Yeah, dude. Exactly. Yeah, let us know what we can dive into for sure.
Gosh, I mean, for me, it's I think we know a lot.
Yeah,
may not be accurate.
But
we can shed our ideas on it.
I know what I've experienced.
Yes, much experience here between the both of us is.
Yeah,
and it's all about my guys, which
it's
is
you. My guys. Yeah, my people out there doing it real. For the real doers and thinkers only.
Real life. Okay.
Well, do you want to wrap it?
I think we wrap it. It's R&R RADCAST.
R&R RADCAST EP 1. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. This podcast will so I think we're gonna break this down, because the first one is going to be under my podcast that has been sitting there dormant on iTunes, so we can get it up immediately. Right?
Heck yeah.
The RADCAST, episode 1. And then from there, we can do whatever we want. We're just going to keep bringing it to people.
Bring it.
Boom. Yes. So subscribe, leave reviews, let us know what you think. Reach out to us. Social media. Come talk to us.
Talk to us on the Instagram.
On the gram.
You may even may have heard of TikTok.
Oh, dude. Whoa.
You want to see some cray stuff coming.
Cray stuff. That's where it's at, dude. We're on the move.
Yeah. We can't be hidden, and we won't hide.
No, I ain't afraid of nothing, dude.
Afraid of nothing.
Yeah, so hit us up. We're gonna be on. We'll be we'll be on iTunes and Spotify, and you're probably listening on one of these platforms right now. So make sure you go subscribe and leave a review for your boys, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to take this thing over. And I'll catch you on the next one, Ryan.
What do you got? Roscoe. We out.
We out.